Hello everyone, welcome back to Jacqs and thanks for joining me today. I am here to share with you my design team project for Country Craft Creations, and I was using the Ireland Forever paper. I have created a memory basket and I am so excited to share this with you. So let's get started. So here is my basket. It is 6 inches across, 3 3/4 inch wide, and a little wider when you consider the fabric that I've added here. And it is about 7 3/4 inches tall. On the front, it has a little bit of pleating here, and I've added a clear acetate flower with a button, and the paper inside the button is from the paper collection Ireland Forever as well, and it just added a little bit of yarn fabric there to give it a little sparkle. Here is the back side. I've added a embroidered applique right here to give it a little something. After creating the base of the basket, I added ribbon all the way around the basket, as well as for the handle. I used a 12 by 1 inch piece of the pattern paper, and then I put ribbon on one side of it and adhered it with brads on both sides. I really love the way that this looks. It almost looks like there is a liner into the basket and that it's hanging over the edge. The ribbon does go into about 1/2 inch of the basket, so you do get that appeal on the inside as well as the outside. And here is the basket. Here's a closer look at the design. We have the wood-like paper here on the sides and bottom. For the handle, the one with the music notes, and you can see some more text here, front, inside. And of course the back. And inside are all the memorabilia pieces for this memory basket. Now, when I started to create this, I just ended up having this entire story in my head about this basket. And it's a time before there were purses, a time when a woman would take her basket and go to the market, go visit a friend, and she would tuck inside all of her little memorabilia pieces or essentials that she would need on her trip to town. And she would have it all right here to share with her friend who she's meeting maybe. So along the way into town, she finds some beautiful flowers and she picks those and she adds a little ribbon here around to keep the bundle together. She's included her handkerchief just in case she might need it. She's also included her little coin purse, and inside is her coin. Now, I stuck in this St. Patrick's Day coin for fun since it was the Ireland Forever collection. And this little coin purse was made out of that paper as well. It's so pretty. Now, she also included things that she wants to share with her friend. So she has this little photo mat. And this measures 3.5 by 3 5/8. On this little ribbon, we have a metal heart charm to keep it closed. Here is the front, and when you open it up backward, this is what you see. And then this is what you see when you open it up on the inside. I created a little pocket here. And in this one, we have a little photo mat, and I added a little tab for ease to take it out. Now, this image here is actually from the cover sheet of the collection, and I just cut that out to add it here and matted it. Then when you open it up, you have another matting of a friend that she's sharing. And then I love the ledger paper, and I put that on both sides. Now you can add photos here and here. as well as on the back side. So the next thing in her basket is this letter that she received, and it's from a friend that she hasn't seen in a long time, and she's so excited to share it. And this is the cover of the letter. I fussy cut this out of the paper. I loved this letter design. And on the back side, we have a wax seal with a bee to keep it closed. This is from the paper collection, and this here, the map and the background, was the envelope that I used. And inside is her letter from her friend. And she's opened it so much and looked at it, it's even browning. Now, the last thing she has in here is something she carries with her wherever she goes, and that's her personal journal. Whatever she finds that she wants to keep, she puts in this journal and tucks it away and writes little notes that she doesn't want to forget. So inside this journal, which is 5 by 3 3/4, here's the back side and the front. I created this little elastic closure, added some ruffled ribbon here on the side. And let's open it up. And here we are on our first page. Here we have a little pocket, side pocket, and here is a tag. And I used some stamps that I had in my stash here to put on this tag. Over here, I fussy cut out the rose that's on the paper collection, added some coffee dyed paper here with some ribbon, and just made it a little tag flip, I guess. I love this paper with the clock background. It's so gorgeous. I also sewed all of the pages with gold and a very light tan color or cream thread. Here is our next page. I have added some floral silhouettes throughout the journal and some ribbon pieces here. On this page, I have a ribbon with a chipboard button so it would match the clocks over here. It has a clock on the button. Here is a vintage ticket, Shane Brothers Rides. I thought that was fun to put in there. I've sewn that together with the arrow ribbon here. And in the little tuck spot is some coffee dyed graph paper, and I added a stamp here up at the top. I did some stamping throughout the journal as well, using Tim Holtz stencils. On the next page, she has a photo of one of her friends, and I used some gold washi tape there. Now, I did some stamping with Tim Holtz stamps as well, and it says, "Never Stop Exploring" here. On this page, I made a pocket, and I have straight cut lines as well as I did some tearing, and I just love that effect in this particular journal. It was like she created it on her own. And this, I mirrored the saying over here, and "Never Stop Exploring" on this side as well. And here again, we have some of that coffee stained graph paper. I added washi tape, vintage piano paper, and ribbon here. Just made a little collage there. There's the background of that paper. On this page, I added some net ribbon. I actually got that from the Dollar Tree. I love this gold net ribbon. It's really fun to play with. And I added some craft paper here, did some stamping over that with Tim Holtz stamps. And then, of course, these are Tim Holtz as well. It says figure 1 with number 48.99, as if this was a specimen. And then I put washi tape across it, like you just, pasted it into your journal. Again, there's some stamping here. Now on this page here, and right back here behind the floral, is some Tim Holtz tissue paper, and it is the typography tissue paper that I used. I added a butterfly that I fussy cut out of the Paper Studio paper rolls. And this came from that paper roll as well. I love that. And this floral here, I cut all the florals that you see like this, the silhouettes, using my Cricut Maker. And here is a little ticket, fabric ticket, and that was using Tim Holtz ticket fabric. Did some stamping there. And this green paper is drywall paper. It's very thin. I love the sound of it. I love the color, actually. On this page, you'll see here and here is vintage piano paper that I tore into squares and added. Here is the Tim Holtz fabric tickets with some washi tape and some stamping. On this page, I added another one of these silhouette florals. That's what I'm calling them. I did some stamping on some craft paper and then cut that out and added it here. This one says figure 2, find joy in the ordinary. And then down here I did the same kind of stamping. All the stamps are from Tim Holtz that you see except for the music. This was from Nola, someone, I'll have it linked down below. And going back to this page, I created this little tag. Now the tag is from 7 Gypsies, and then I put that paper, the paper roll over this, and I love that greenery. It goes great with the floral. And then here is just a strip of coffee dyed paper. On this page, I took a coin envelope and I decorated it with the Ireland Forever paper here and underneath, as well as here. And then I adhered that down to the page, but I left it open so that you could put something behind it, and I created another one of those little tags. The top here is piano paper, and inside is another tag, and this is the Paper Studio Uncharted tags. Thought that was appropriate for this journal. You know, maybe she took a trip somewhere. It's held together by Velcro dot. And then on this page, I just did a little bit of a collage with one of the flowers, some crocheted ribbon, and a little stamp. On this page, I had this digital image, and I love it because it has the floral, it has a bee here, and an old camera, and thought it was perfect for this journal. I had that printed on vellum, and then I added one of my little floral here with some washi tape, and this is a flip. So you flip this up, and you could put a photo there or do some secretive journal. So this will mask whatever you put there. Kind of cute, a nice little secretive spot for you. Here is another floral that I fussy cut out of the paper roll, and then I added some crocheted lace and a washi piece. On this page, I took one of the tags, cut that in half, put the top part here as a top tuck to this page, and then I have this, which is graph paper. Added a Tim Holtz ticket, and then just a little scrap there. I like how that looks. And then on this side, I used the bottom part, and here's graph paper that I made like a little booklet here with some ribbon that was sewed on at the top. And behind that is a flower and then some stamping that I did on all of those pages. On this page, I did some stamping, and I even put some over here so that it would mirror. I love the clock again. So I found in my stash, I had these watch, a pocket watch, and the center came out. So you can see there's numbers on here. And it had alphabets on all of them. So of course I picked the I for Ireland Forever, or maybe her name was Iris. Here is another flower with some washi tape. And over here I used that net ribbon again and some crocheted lace. On this page, we have a little clock, and it is a tuck spot for this little tag. Over here, I used a vintage German vocabulary card that says joy, make happy, and then one of the flowers that I cut out with my Cricut Maker. When you open this up, here's the craft paper I've been using for journaling spots. Added a floral here, another stamp, and some graph paper behind that. On this page, we have the vintage piano paper. It's like a paper roll. And the ticket from Tim Holtz, washi, some lace, and then another floral. I put the darker green floral here to coordinate with the green that I used to outline the clock on this side. So this was my first time doing a journal where I did, it was kind of a tonal journal is what I'm calling it. I worked with black, white, the gold, the browns, and the green. And green was really the pop of color. There might have been a place or two where there was some yellow, like in the butterflies, maybe the stamp. But I tried to stay within those color families, which is the color of the Ireland Forever collection. I love this little cherub here on the front. I don't normally craft with those, but when I put it there, I loved how it looked. So I am really happy with how this turned out. This little band just slips on here. And you could put it in the middle if you want. I just put it on the end where the ruffle was. And then we tuck all of our goodies back into our memory basket. And she heads home for the evening. So that's my project for Ireland Forever. I will have tutorials following this video on the items that I made on the inside of the basket, as well as creating the basket and the acetate flowers. So look for those coming up. Thanks a lot for joining me. See you next time.